When you are in downward dog, you should look through your legs. Walk your hands to your feet or feet to hands, whatever you prefer. Hang like a rag doll. Your fingers may or may not touch the mat. Pull up halfway. Breathe. Release to the floor. Pull up halfway. Breathe. Release to the floor. Pull up to standing. Take a deep breath in. Find mountain and close your eyes or keep them downwards. Remember good posture. Breathe. Open your eyes. Now we will go into tree pose. Hands can be at your heart, outstretched, or whatever works for you. If you are having balance issues, place one foot against your leg without raising it. Now let's try the other leg. Now we go back to mountain. Close your eyes, or if you prefer, place your gaze downwards. You will take a minute here. Breathe. Open your eyes.
What are you all doing here?
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm practicing yoga. Stretching my body, if you must know.
Oh, well, what about stretching your mind?
My mind has retired. I thought we had decided to go our separate ways.
If memory serves me correctly, you decided.
I am not indelible.
Oh, trust me, we know.
6 Characters in Search of an Author is a great play.
Oh, we are not 6 characters in search of anything. We are a community. You can't just abandon us. Besides, we never decide anything without you, do we?
No.
But we are game if you are game, aren't we?
Yes.
They could sound a little more enthusiastic.
They are fed up with being in mothballs.
Look, this is the oldest trick in the book. We had parted ways.
What book? The Bible? See, you are thinking of me again.
I thought you and I really connected.
You did?
Why do you always answer with a question?
What do you expect me to say?
There, you did it again. I spent years on you lot. I really believed in you.
We know.
No.
So what happened? I certainly did my homework.
Yes, us leaving Manchester, America, that is all true. My colleague, but seeing myself as a second Christ, you skimmed over that.
Your vocation was enough. They're not going to want to know about you being the female Christ.
How do you know? They were never given the opportunity.
Trust me, your premonition, your perseverance, it was remarkable. Your country wanted to turf you out, and you crossed the Atlantic in 1774. It was remarkable. I wish I had been there.
Oh, no, you would not. That sea captain, he's a bit of a barnacle stereotype.
What? What do you mean? You bad-mouthing me?
He was a profiteer, a thoroughly nasty piece of work.
Yes, but he was there when your boat foundered and your lives hung in the balance. You saw an angel, an apparition?
The timber shifted. That is all. The ship righted itself. I am the female Christ. God told me.
You can't be. It just won't work. Women who make declarations like that were determined.
And Nadia's fruitcake.
Not all their chairs up to the table.
Precisely. Not dramatically viable.
Well, how viable are we now? Look at your letters of rejection slips. Regret. Oh, there's your answer. Nothing comes easily. I managed to leave the hovel of Toad Lane in Manchester, and I catch a passage to America with my followers, who incidentally did believe I was the female Christ.
I spent 10 years researching. I went to Canterbury, to the Shaker compound. I have books on Shaker food, Shaker way of life, Shaker songs, Shaker prints. I even bid on that Shaker bonnet on eBay.
It's a fake.
See here, one of the readers accused me of plagiarizing Carol Churchill, some play of hers I've never read or even heard of. She wrote in pen in my best copy. Look.
Bollocks.
I'll have to look up bollocks. It might be an anachronism.
Bug it then.
That is exactly what I said. But I don't think you should say it. It is a bit presumptuous to think that I would copy someone else's work. This playwright, she's British. She comes from the same general area where I grew up. Which might infer that great minds think alike.
Now that's bollocks.
I mean, compare me to John Osborne, or to the man himself, Harold Pinter. But don't compare me to her.
Bugger.
Now that is just too much.
Well, if you won't let me say it, try with the priest in the cathedral.
Moderation, woman! Take her out!
I don't think so.
John Osborne certainly knew about Luther.
Yes, and his irritable bowel.
Oh, I'd rather not go there. Picture the playwright with his pause.
Oh, I wish I had thought of that.
Stop it, you're being childish. Although, you could have used a few pauses in my relationship with my husband, Abley the football player. Whatever possessed you?
I love football. Or as we say over here, soccer.
Bollocks.
You cannot say that word even if you think it. You're religious. I will admit it was bollocks, but then again I can say it.
Look, we're ready to help you out. Let's go at it scene by scene and see what we can do. Our legacy lives on, doesn't it?
Most of it reduced to furniture, but yes.
We were extraordinary furniture makers, that is true.
I don't know. I don't have energy for this. Plus, I probably know more about this than you do.
That was pompous and uncalled for.
You're right. But to start over from scratch,
It's not all bad. We'll make our case over the discrepancies. We'll give you our opinions and you ultimately will decide. Right, to the first scene. Are you lot ready?
Yes.
Question.
another question.
Now, since I'm from Manchester, should I speak with a North Country accent?
I think not. No one speaks with an accent.
Not even you?
No. I've lived here so many years that when I visit Great Britain, they think I'm American. So no. No accents. I want this to be understood in America.
Bollocks. Do they understand anything?
I might lose it if you persist.
So no by gum.
Nope.
I'm in the cathedral, thoroughly incensed about the inequality between the clergy and the impoverished. Did I go there to intentionally disrupt the service?
Yes. Your friends, your followers, Nancy and, oh, what's her name? They didn't know what you were about.
Excuse me. I can't be a very important character if you can't remember me. Do I speak with an accent?
No one speaks with an accent. And of course I remember who you are, Elsie, always complaining, the foil to Anne's optimism.
Please don't take this the wrong way, but that sounds like it's right out of a how to write a playbook. You're dealing with lives here. They're real people. Your job is to make the unreal seem real. So, I'm in the cathedral, and the congregation is standing.
With you in the pews.
I have to say, I like the set. Wooden pews that convert, very clever. See? You did learn from us. Economy and function. Let's begin.
Please pass me the hourglass. This thing is supposed to spill sand throughout and run out at the conclusion of the scene. May I say that sounds a bit vicious? Does some stagehand have to measure my every word and put just the right amount of sand in it? And what if I should cough? Or pause like Pinter?
It can be done.
I'll take your word for it.
Exactly. I am the playwright, after all.
And it came to pass that on the third day they found him in the temple, sitting amidst doctors, both hearing him and asking questions. And all that hear him were astonished at his
understanding and answers.
And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought sorrowing. And Jesus said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not know that I must be about my Father's business? And they understood not the saying for which he spake unto them. And he went down with them, and came to Nazareth, and was subject unto them. But his mother kept all these sayings in her heart. And Jesus grew in wisdom, and stature, and favor, with God and man.
Woman, see, there's a hint of me being the female Christ.
It is enough for you to be a woman, making your way undeterred in a male-dominated society.
You still want to include what is most important.
We have already discussed this.
All right, but continuing with Psalm 23 seems like a complete waste of time. And if you don't mind me saying so, a little bit hokey.
The last line is what I was after.
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, for everlasting life.
Everlasting strife.
What?
That is very good. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 18.
She is harmless. Crackpots come here all the time. She was here a few months ago with the Proverbs. This time I'm ready. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, nor the desolation of the wicked when it cometh.
I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 14.
I warned you, two can play this game. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 5. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. Tell me, what do these interruptions accomplish?
These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue. Chapter 6, verse 16.
Verse 18. A heart that devises wicked imagination. Feet that be swift to run into mischief.
A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. Verse 19.
Preposterous!
Wrong by the poor, because he is...
Stop!
He that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches.
Call the constable. Take her out.
Oh, where in the Bible does it state that we have to support you?
I'm conducting a service here.
And what service is that? Lining your own pockets? Who do you serve?
Remove her now. Take her out until the constable comes.
You serve yourself. God said, I'm among you as one that serveth. It is a bitter man who would instigate others to persecute a weak, defenseless, and ignorant woman.
Christ! Give me patience.
Stop it. Please leave her alone. Hey, stop, man. Please.
I did not say be ye warned and be ye clothed without giving them the wherewithal to do it. You have us in perpetual drudgery and blind ignorance. They are miserable. You live well. You look down on us. You don't serve us. We serve you. In your steepled house, boiled mutton, plum puddings, plenty of them.
And
You will smart for this out. You will not be gracing us with your presence anytime soon.
I'll get it. He'll pick us up.
How little can the rich man know of what the poor man feels when want like some dark demon foe nearer and nearer steals fancy sing.
He never heard his darlings lie, shivering the grass their bed. He never heard the maddening cry, Daddy, a bit of bread.
How little can the rich man know of what the poor man feels when want like some dark demon foe nearer and nearer steals.
He never saw their darlings lie, the shivering grass their bed. He never heard the maddening cry, Daddy, a bit of bread. Daddy, a bit of bread.
So why are you here in the dark?
Just sitting here thinking,
About what?
my daughter.
What kind of God takes your child? Answer me that.
He's not a vengeful God.
Elizabeth is dead. You can't bring her back. This religion of yours is all very well and good. Maybe it's what you need to grip onto.
Hard to let go.
I know.
How could you? I found the Lord. We took in children, orphans, and those without fathers. I wish you had included that in the text. We gave them a choice when they came of age.
Did they stay?
Some. We're not all things to all people. I have to go, Elsie's waiting for me.
You notice I'm always doing something for someone. You accuse me of being a complainer. Oh, and takes advantage, always putting me in the middle. Now, about my ulcer. Are you absolutely, positively certain that that's correct?
I wish you would give me some credit. I went to the reference library. Ulcer had been in use for years before your time.
Don't get defensive. I have to get on with the exposition. So, Anne spent 6 months in prison. She got out a fortnight ago. There you go again, with your Anglophilian language. I thought you wanted the Yanks to understand. Just stay 2 weeks and then you cover all states. Okay? Now, about this Dick Clerk, who we actually never see. Is he some sort of sexual deviant for wanting to marry an 18-year-old Nancy? I mean, how old is he actually?
40 or 50.
Oh, I was informed he was 59. And Nancy is beside herself at the prospect, but she always did have a mouth on her.
So would you if you had to live with my dad. A proper bleeding sod he is. You are not on right now. Please leave.
Well, I am repeating my opinion.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I don't like this, Anne.
What are you doing?
I'm polishing. I'm so nervous that Abe will get home before you. I think I'm developing an ulcer. I mean, what would I say if he actually did come home before you? Oh, she stepped out for a moment. I'm supposed to be helping you convalesce. You know, I think I'm breaking out in hives, too.
Please continue.
6 months in jail, and you still think you can prevail.
I'm sorry, Elsie. It is God's word that is so important. But thank you. It really means so much.
Well, how is our dear Nancy?
Beside herself. She used to marry Dick Clerk. Her father wants her out. You know, he came home drunk a few weeks ago. Nancy begged him to leave her mother alone. The baby is only 3 weeks old. He hit her, told her that she was jealous and that he would fix her. So he has by arranging this marriage.
Oh, Dick Clerk is a repulsive wart of an old man. And you know, he did try to marry that Cutworth girl last year, and she was only 14 years old. Oh, well, what about Nancy's mother?
Her mother won't interfere. She's afraid. I asked Abe to speak with her father. I don't hold out much hope. We should pray.
Well,
Marriage provides suffering enough without all this.
for amen. I am leaving before His Majesty returns and begins to question you. I think he only wanted me here so that you could be interned. You are as bad as one another. I can hardly get any sleep with all the goings on. I'll see you at the meeting tomorrow night.
You know you have this all wrong. My husband did not give a sniff. He was too busy drinking, gambling, and chasing women. This man has a shred of caring. He's somewhat educated, but then you gave him this obsession with football.
You can't blame me, can you? Football is a national pastime. Manchester United, Watford, Newcastle. The United States has an emerging soccer team. They have just qualified for the World Cup next year in 1994.
Americans play football.
Yes, it's called soccer. And I wanted to include it because it's part of our heritage, but it also gives Abe another dimension.
Well, that makes two.
Sorry?
You shined those.
I'll see.
What's up with her?
Bored with her patient, I expect.
Bill finished the game ball. I don't smell cooking.
No, it's cold tonight.
Oh, what?
Pork pie?
Again? So, how are you feeling today?
Fine. Did you confront Nancy's father?
I did. He says his mind is made up.
What else?
He says he's not to be persuaded. She is to marry Dick Clerk. He says she's always caused all sorts of trouble at home and he would be glad to see the back. He blames you for putting ideas in her head. He says she's always been a handful, but now she's a quite pain in the... Why can't I say ass?
Nope.
Well, Nancy rants on about the demon drink and demon t'other. A fortnight ago, we knocked back a few together. He went home and Nancy started laying into him with passages from the Bible. I told him he should have come around here. With you in prison, it was really quiet. As soon as there is an arrangement and the band's read, they will be wed.
You know this is criminal.
It is what happens. I don't blame him an iota. Your father was desperate to get rid of you.
That's what you think.
I've got used to you, Anne.
There must be something I can do.
No, there isn't. He is adamant. Now, feel this leather. See the stitching.
That is enough of that. I will not have you wrecking my house, thank you.
It's only a bit of fun.
Fun? You are an absolute rascal, running around, kicking a ball with little regard for property and even less for people. Innocent bystanders on the street.
That is the lad's below Toad Lane.
Why can't you just play cricket?
This is fast, ferocious. The rules are what you make it.
What skill is there in kicking a ball?
A good deal. It requires dexterity and agility. I will put it down here out of the way for safekeeping.
Put it wherever you like, you're not kicking it in here.
Right. Football is like you and your religion. I'm a true believer.
That's blasphemy. I must help Nancy.
There's nothing you can do. Her father will not change his mind. He wants her out in a hurry. So, not up to cooking just yet?
No.
Getting to really like cold pork pie. You keep him warm during the day?
Yes.
You nearly died in the poke. If it wasn't for good old Bill and his pipe, you'd be a goner.
You're exaggerating, Abe.
So you think you'd still be alive without food and water?
If God had deemed it.
God? God had nothing to do with it. Bill saved you with that invention of his pipe. He managed to fit through the keyhole. How he kept the milk from spilling is beyond me. You be in your coffin and in the boneyard. And don't forget it.
I won't. He's a good friend, a strong believer. He always had a mind for quirky inventions that work.
You're supposed to be taking it easy for the next month. You are, aren't you?
Of course.
Because if you're not, maybe your God will take you next time. You're not to leave this house during the day, and only with Elsie for your meeting tomorrow night. The constable was very disappointed he didn't have to carry you out of prison head first. So you need to be prudent. And I know you and your God both know this. So why have you been out today?
Abraham,
Okay?
I was needed.
By whom?
I'm not going to stand here and
What
listen.
the hell did you think you were doing?
Serving the Lord.
I arranged to keep you alive by having milk and wine smuggled into Manchester prison, where they are intent on starving you to death. That was only a fortnight ago, Anne. Do you have a death wish?
No.
By going out today, you put yourself and others in jeopardy. Now you must keep out of sight.
I must do God's work.
You're beginning to sound like Joan of Arc. They could burn you alive for heresy.
Now you're speaking nonsense. I know that your intentions are good and for my sake, but you do not understand.
You're right. I don't understand. I mean, have you lost your senses? Every time I leave the house, I worry you're up to something. I've just been proven right. I mean, I fear for you, Anne. You don't know what you're getting into. This stubbornness, this utter stupidity can only end badly. And after all we've been through.
No, no, no. You have this all wrong. My husband really did not give a toss. He was too busy gambling and chasing women, and then of course the national pastime, drinking.
Oh, now I can't have a quick drink with my mates? Well, I had to do something, or are we not going into our relationship? For months, drinking was the only pleasure I had left. I think she'd gone stark staring bonkers.
The Lord has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall encompass man. I am the bride of Christ. Christ dwells within me. I must keep my body pure.
Would you please carry on with what is written?
Now about this pipe, exactly how did it work?
Will somebody get Bill in here?
Here, I will show you. Abe, I need your help. Can you make a keyhole with your fingers?
That is a pipe.
It looks like a pipe, but works like a spoon.
That is bloody amazing. Now I believe it, having seen it with my own eyes.
This is where I should tell about my revelation in the jail and being the female Christ.
Or you just did that a few lines ago? Please, continue.
If I owned the whole world, I would turn it all into joyousness. I can alter my life.
I see myself at the mill from now until forever. Life is a grind, that's all there is to it. Born in Toad Lane, die in Stinking Toad Lane. You've got a tolerable job at the infirmary. You're not cutting without hats anymore. There are those far worse off.
I must do God's work. We can change. In Him, all things are possible.
Your religion is getting in your way. I mean, what do you get up to at your meetings? Rumor has it you're all dancing, singing, and carrying on.
Aren't we naked too?
I don't understand. Please stay home. In time, you can continue less noticeably. Maybe even earn your own ministry, a job for life.
That's not for me.
A simple Sunday service, an obligatory visit to the sick during the week. And what we don't take in cash, we can take in kind. Bottles, of course. Perfect prospect for you, perfect working conditions, and all in the name of God. If you are attentive and discreet, you might even be appointed chaplain to a duke, an earl, even a lord, who will be rich. Think, big house, horse-drawn carriage, the best grub. You don't necessarily need an education. You and have a calling. Oh, this could be a godsend. We will find you a flock, a safe flock. I will even buy you an hourglass for your sermons.
It's not for me. You may mock me, but there's more to religion than watching the sand slip away on Sundays. I need to make my belief my life. I know that God will show me the way. He will guide my path. Even when I doubt, I'm still driven. I'm stubborn, I will give you that. I have a purpose, and I'm going to see this through.
How do you know God doesn't want you to minister?
I need to find my own congregation when the time is right. Working people who will want to understand. There's only one parish church in Manchester. What chance do I have of setting up shop? 10,000 people in one church.
All right.
You have to accept this.
Things will work out here. I think Manchester's going to pull itself out of poverty. There's the trade with America. This alone will increase production at the mills. It's wide open. The bosses are going to have to pay us now. Everything has to change for the better.
America.
There's to be new machinery. Margaret has improved the spinners. The weavers will not like it, of course, but with huge orders from America.
What do you know about America?
It is big. It's way over there. M.I.N. It is British.
And Americans.
Mostly criminals, rejects, religious ninny hammers like yourself.
Gone there to escape persecution and a better life.
Some of them, I suppose.
Religious freedom.
All freedoms from what I hear. There isn't 10,000 people in one city there.
Sounds like the perfect place.
Yes, but it is a few thousand miles away, and a very big ocean for you to cross. And you can't even swim.
God will provide.
What? A sailing ship? Supplies? Shelter? And don't start dreaming. That is pure fantasy. You must be realistic.
God will provide.
Thank you.
Constructive criticism. You are preoccupied with having a dig at the Americans.
Maybe not in your time, but today Americans are obsessed with their lineage, how they're related to Queen Victoria or some aristocrat, when in fact a great many of them are descendants of people who were extradited for being villains or dissenters.
Seems unduly cruel and judgmental. And if you don't mind me saying so, petty.
Well, I find this all too bloody unbelievable.
But it did happen. That is what is so remarkable about this story. This hat maker from Manchester.
Against all odds. Unbelievable.
Oi! Come on, you good for nothings.
Oh, the thing is, we don't particularly want to, Elsie, and we're always getting confused as to who's on whose side.
I want to be in the crowd this time. This is far too much religion for my liking.
Hey, that's not fair. You're either religious or you're not. You can't switch sides.
Listen up. You've been religious before. And all the rest of you, pagans, atheists, and what have you, yabos. Now remember, you've got to be loud. You've got to be aggressive. Do you understand?
Aggressive, yes. Religious, no. But next time, I want to be a yab.
sake, I'd like to give them what for. No, I'm afraid, they're looking at us and we're going over.
The word is out, Anne.
And what word is that?
That you are a witch.
God's light is near. We should not be afraid.
We need to wait until they have dispersed, or at least their numbers have decreased. They are all riled up after kicking that ball between the lanes. It would be wise to use tact.
Did Jesus play politics when he was taken before Pontius Pilate? We've come this far. Maybe we will touch some of them tonight.
I kind of feeling they're going to be touching some of us.
Witches!
They're waiting for you!
Come outside! Come here!
Listen, from the sound of it, they are angry, hostile, and out of control. We don't stand a chance.
That is an understatement. They smell blood.
They smell the blood of the Lamb of Christ.
Well, the football is over.
Now they want us for sport.
Come outside, cowards!
Come on now!
My father is out there.
Yeah,
We've been
right.
drinking.
Oh, he's a nasty, spiteful bugger.
And we should pray for him. If we back down now, they will shoo us from every nook and cranny like church
The
mice.
constable stopped me on the way in. He told me if we step outside, he will not help us. He says they may charge you for instigating a riot.
Yeah, more fines to fork over, no doubt.
You're afraid, coward!
How can raising our voices to God cause a riot? God dwells in every one of us and every one of them. Come, my defenders.
Don't step fast, lads!
Here they come!
Welcome, brothers and sisters.
Get ready, lads!
Yeah.
Raise our hearts to God and bless everyone here tonight. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In heaven they neither marry nor are they given in marriage. Marriage belongs to this world alone. Without marriage we become closer to God.
Closer to God. I get to heaven every time I'm off with the missus.
The Lord is near.
The Lord is near.
His voice we hear.
His voice we hear.
His truth is dear.
His truth is dear.
Believers we are.
Believers we are.
From here and far.
From here and far.
We sing and shake.
We sing and shake.
Here, witch! This will give someone to shake the ground! Let me out, boys! What are you there for, you oaf? We need it for the next game!
Enough of your fun. Move along now. And here, take this with you. Now clear off. Someone will get hurt. Take this meeting inside, Andy. I've warned you before. I'm being extra nice by letting you off like this. I would have thought you had had your fill of prison for a while. So take yourself and your friends inside. Now.
Dear Lord, show me the way. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Hear my voice. The Lord is with me. I am his servant, he is my master. I am his messenger. His spirit dwells in my heart, he is with me. I see a light in the sky, just as Moses with the burning bush. I must follow it like the 3 wise men. It is the second coming of Christ. God will return as a woman. God is with me.
You should be careful. Words and thoughts like that could get a whole burn through your tongue. I'm John Howard. I can help you financially. You do need money.
Yes.
Can you spare me a minute?
Of course, come in. You don't have stones in your pockets, do you?
No.
Good.
If you really are resolute about America, we could go up from Ipswich, and we live off the leftover herrings. We could get a boat to Portugal or Spain and eat all day. Or alternatively, we could go to Canterbury. I hear the hops are ready, and we can bathe in beer before we leave our senses.
You smell like you're already bathed in beer.
Came and have a quick drink with my friends on the way home. Get a grip, lass. We have to live in the real world. We will need beer for courage. Can't you see how ridiculous this all is? You can't just up and leave. You have responsibilities.
Are you implying yourself?
Yes! Have you lost your bloody mind? That odd group you call your followers? They don't know their odds from their... Okay, sorry. Can't you see I'm just trying to help? I mean, this is absolute insanity. Taking a boat to where? You've lost your mind ever since... Have you ever been on a bloody boat? It's not a bloody hurdy-gurdy ride. You're all going to lose your life down there in the deep, cold ocean. Is that what you want? Come on, Anne, change your mind. I won't mention it again. Don't be daft, Anna. This God thing has gone on far enough. You're playing and leave. If you want to leave Manchester, we could go to South, Taunton. Anyone over 5 can earn a living in a loom there. There are at least 50,000 woeful souls in Somerset for you to save. I already earn 5 pence a day here. There, I know I can earn more. I mean, where else am I going to make that kind of money? I mean, right now, we make a whopping 8 pence between us. That is a good wage for the likes of us.
It would be if you didn't drink and gamble half of it.
Okay, I like a drink, that's true, but I spend less than 2 a week.
More like 4 pence.
Is this what this is all about? You begrudge me a drink?
No, I've lived with it long enough. It is 4 pence, though.
So I will cut back. I won't touch another drop. I will lay off the wagering and the betting. Is that what you want?
No, I want to leave. If it's money you're worried about, John Hocknell is to be our sponsor.
I will look after you. You'll be pickpocketed before you leave Manchester. A woman leading the helpless, hopeless, and bloody useless. If you ask me, it isn't decent.
I'm not asking you, Abraham. I am telling you what I have to do.
I don't even like the company of misery and suffering. Elsie and the rest of them. Nancy's just going to get away from her father and Dick Clark.
His name's Clerk, not Clark.
He is contemptible, whatever his name is.
We are not as you think you find us. Our benefactor, John Hocknell, has money. He's witnessed the truth. He is willing to pay our passage. He has estates through his wife's uncle. He has income from investments. He is committed.
Should be committed is more like it. Doesn't he spend his money, nor need his money for better things?
Well, what could be better than serving the Lord? He is dedicated to God, to this mission, to me.
I've gotten yourself tangled with some rich religious nit. He's in for a rude awakening. It's not a good investment. He obviously doesn't want to keep what he has then. Is he to open his doors at elections so that grunts like me can walk in his floors in my hobnail boots? Are we to be equals in this insanity? This noble patron, Abe Lee? Are we to play football together?
Oh, you know that he doesn't play football. That's a game for you and your Yabo friends.
So if he has all the money, he must be in charge.
No, he sought me. He found me.
I am very good at finding you, finding my way around you. Or have you forgotten?
You need to understand, I am trying to be pure.
And what am I supposed to do? I'm a man.
You will find a way.
Are you being funny?
No, I took a vow of celibacy. Eve was created from Adam's rib. She wasn't made to be his draft, his refuse.
Am I supposed to just accept this?
Yes, all of our troubles stem from lustful gratifications. I think that's a bit posh-ing. If I mean bonking, I should just say bonking. I should tell him how the gentry have separate bedrooms and how without bonking there'd be no more misery, no more unhealthy, unwanted babies, and no more poverty. What do you think?
I don't think it's in you to use base language, and it's a modernism. But I do like your last ideas. They still hold true today. This always reminds me of when I worked in a school.
You worked in a school?
Yes, I was a teacher. I had to pay rent, eat, couldn't live off writing.
A teacher? I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Well, there was this kindergartner. Her name was Elizabeth, like your daughter. Her mother was a junkie. Every week, Elizabeth would come in the same clothes day after day after day. One Monday, she came into school with a huge burn on her arm from an iron. She wouldn't say how she got it. The authorities were called and she was eventually placed in a foster home. Several months later, though, she was given back to her mother, and after the first weekend, she came into school with half her head shaved. Again, she wouldn't talk. We never knew what happened. And what's worse is that before the authorities were called, Her mother vanished. Skipped states. I think of Elizabeth. She will never leave me.
Neither will my Elizabeth. She died when she was 8. No more unhealthy, unwanted, abused babies.
You know, you can say copulation. It means bonking.
You know, from a practical standpoint, celibacy wouldn't work. Eventually there'd be none of us.
Yes, from a standpoint practically. Thank you. Carry on with the scene.
So, let's get this straight. I'm going to be traveling with a group of pious, religious, frustrated, celibate adults.
They are 12 believers, Abraham, who believe as I do. And not all of them will be able to make the journey. But Jesus had
12 disciples. He was a charismatic. He was a man.
He was a Jew.
His own people spat upon him and despised him.
I will work hard. My life will be an offering to the Lord.
You'll end up in drudgery for eternity. You're blind.
Ye of little faith. We will find land in America. We will become self-sufficient. And there will be no frills. It is a gift to be simple. But we will see it happen. We will work the land. We will cultivate.
Cultivate? That is a good one. You've never stepped outside of Manchester.
It will happen. America will have great resources, spiritually as well. We will see it happen.
We?
Yes. We.
Is that why I'm called Abraham? I'm your prophet? We are pitiful.
I think we've got to indicate a ship without, that is somehow without the ocean, without a shanty, or a hornpipe, or any of the necessary things.
And no wooden leg, or a hooked hand, an eye patch, or ivy mateys. Oh, how about, no. Well, allow me to flip you the bird.
I think that this will do nicely.
Get a move on, lads. I want this up and ready to go today, not tomorrow, today. Clear off, you lots. There's work to be done. I would just say clear off.
Okay.
Right. Clear off!
You're talking to them, not me.
I'm telling you as well. What part of my answer don't you understand?
Yes, you have explained.
No, not help.
But I have money. I had a premonition. I have to go. God has told me to go.
You have a nasty habit of replying with unanswerable logic. Don't you know that pirates still exist? Blackbeard may be dead, but his legacy lives on. It's dangerous. You need the ability to survive.
Oh, but I have. I was imprisoned in Manchester. I can't turn back now.
You were imprisoned. And yes, you can turn back.
Please, I was imprisoned for disrupting the Bishop of Manchester.
Bloody hell! You went to the cathedral to survive the apostles of the Almighty? Biggest sharks in the proverbial sea. That's my best line in this whole thing. I take it you're not religious.
My beliefs have nothing to do with it. I am merely recounting a story.
I see. Merely recounting a story. You got bloody balls. You spun. If I were to take you on, I'd have to be honest with you.
About what?
Can you cook?
Yes.
We'll all at least need one decent meal a day. Even a man about to be hanged is given this consideration. I'm bloody partial to breakfast. Yeah. That'll suit me nicely.
Thank you.
Well, this isn't the resolution nor the adventure. We thought not Captain Cook helped chart our way. This isn't your normal ship, mind you, even with a spanking.
A what?
And in order to get your sea leg, before you step aboard, you're going to need to place a coin at the bottom of the sole of each chute, like this. Take off your shoe. And tell your people to do the same. This will stave off the sickness. The crossing can be a vomit-lating, foul-loosing experience.
Really? What is a spanker?
It's the sail nearest the stern. Helps us maneuver. Allows us to dance with the wind. Some crap like that.
So, is America safe?
Yes. And no. They mostly come from here. Boston looks like Bristol, Philadelphia, London. Not much difference, really.
She looks like a warship.
Retired. The Ava Grace belongs to me now. You need to have some protection. The colonists can be quite obstreperous. There's 250,000 of the some bloody blighters. Trade is good. Bloody damn good. Who knows? England might squabble with this new world. And I'll tell you there is much, too much of the seafaring kidding. Why do they need us? They have no say in running their own country. When I sail over there, I can only pick up sugar, tobacco, and cotton. And I bet you didn't know that English ships with English captains, such as yours truly, can only deliver goods to them. It's dangerous.
Yeah, so is America safe? Is it safe?
Yes and no. Boston looks like Bristol, Philadelphia, London. Not much difference, really. They even play cricket. In America, class doesn't really matter. Benjamin Franklin, this bigwig over there, he figured all about the Gulf Stream. What a bunch of twits we Brits are, sailing against the current for I don't know how long. Give it to American to figure that out. My point is, he was the son of a candle and soap maker. Did you see that coming out of here?
No, definitely not.
They think themselves British. They even talk like us. New Yorkers call themselves Yorkers. The only real big difference is they're always in some sort of big hurry. And then there's that sod, Randolph, the taxman. Always stirring things up. Safe? To answer your question?
Yes.
Safe as compared to where? Manchester? Well, that all depends on whose side you're on.
And you?
I'm with the highest bidder. Currently right now, that's John Hancock. I used to work for his flash Uncle Thomas. And Hancock's got a lot of other things on his mind. He doesn't give a damn or a shitload about King George and his stand. There's going to be trouble to come. Mark my words. A while back in Boston, an angry mob burnt the taxman's house down. And in New York, the redcoats pelted with stones. Just to add fuel to the fire, the East India Company was allowed to pay less tax on tea than the Americans. There's some real trouble brewing amongst these politicians. Forgive my pun. When you get down there, you're just going to have to lay low. Most of these people don't know and don't care about these going-ons.
I'm not interested in taking sides or getting involved.
That's sensible thinking. And on board, there is to be no funny business.
What do you mean?
My men. I want them to concentrate on their work. No distractions, no interactions, nobody.
I can assure you that would never happen. We do not believe in frivolity, and we have taken a vow of celibacy.
All of you?
Well, except my husband. He's a non-believer.
We'll be called upon to help at times, and so will all the others.
Well, we thrive on hard work. We find that manual occupation relieves the mind from anxieties.
Good. So, well, I bloody never. My men are for a real shot. Now, some of my men, they're not even seamen at all. I'm telling you this for your own protection, at sea or at port. But they really know how to put the boot in. We're on our way to Amsterdam first, all in the... This is the plan. Take it or leave it. I don't want you on my ship under false pretenses. There's going to be a slight infringement of the bloody legal system. I'll take you to Boston. But there's going to be a stopover in Groton first where we're going to unload some of the paper and a bit of the tea. Then we head to Boston and the inspectors.
It is illegal.
Bloody hell! Yes! But no more than disturbing the bishop in the cathedral.
And what do you expect from me?
Besides breakfast, to keep mum, pray for trade winds. Deal?
Deal.
Before we begin, I would like to say
Why are you speaking with a lisp?
I have always had a list.
No, you have not. I never intended for you to lisp or have any other speech impediment.
Are you sure? I think you considered because I remember when I spoke to Nancy, my list disappeared.
This is all very contrived and demeaning and altogether in bad taste.
And you do not know the meaning of demeaning. I could not have fallen for him, a sailor.
What's wrong with being a sailor?
How and why did you give me a love interest? What were you thinking? There was not a decent one in the bunch. They would leer and make comments. They were pigs.
The Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven. The Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven.
I like you, Elsie.
I told you how awful they were. You have it all wrong. I would have never left the Shakers to get married. Married people left their spouses to join the Shakers.
The Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven.
I want to feel meek. I want to feel mild. I am the Lord's child.
I would like to feel there, Nancy.
I am the Lord's child.
Is it me?
Yes, absolutely no list.
Elsie, you are my kind of woman. Peppery.
Leave them alone. The Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven. As I travel to the light of His heavenly sight, the Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven.
Guiding us to heaven.
You stop it! I'm so sorry.
Well, they keep asking for it with all their carrying on.
Teach me how to keep the faith when this world is unsafe. The Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven. The Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven. Let me shake to show him. Let me shake to show him that I know the truth of Jesus is what we sow.
He has it. Here, Tom, have a kick.
Oh. I had better not. I don't think the captain is partial to football. Oh. Great ball. Where'd you get it?
Bill made it. Or should I say, Brother Bill.
I do not think you'll need it in America.
Oh, just you wait. It'll catch on.
Abe, we need more water.
No peace for the wicked.
Hands are going to get all chapped.
This is such a great idea, right? We usually stink to high heavens on the way to New York or Boston.
I don't think God would mind how you smell.
The stench is awful. May I ask you a question?
Of course.
Why do you pray most of the time and all the strange dances and singing?
Everyone has their own way of talking and showing love for what they believe in.
You do not care that the crew call you mad or kill you?
No, worshiping God is our life. We do some work, hands to work, hearts to God.
Chapped hands. We will go and get more laundry to wash. Oh, more shirts, more shirts.
But see, when I talk to you now, you seem so normal, but when you get all stirred up, you seem so funny.
Funny to you, maybe. We are united in our belief.
But you are a woman.
Yes, I think so.
Women can't run churches. I asked the captain.
What did he say?
I'd rather not repeat it. You were the first woman I seen to speak so civil to.
We believe in community. We are all partners.
But you were in charge?
I'm just here to do God's work. When I'm gone, God will send a sign, and the next leader could be a man or a woman. We are the tree of life. We will grow in spirit and number. We welcome all people. Lord, we want to do what is right, to receive your love and delight. Love and delight in the Lord, love and delight in the Lord.
Love and delight. That I understand.
I do not think it is the delight that you are thinking of. We do not believe in succumbing to the ways of the flesh. We hold that that is how all troubles start.
But love.
Well, what could be more important than God's love?
You are married?
I was married a long time ago, before I found God's grace and His love.
Rumor has it is that you all, you know.
No, I don't know.
Well, you don't have it off.
No, Tom, we don't have it off.
And you are married?
Yes.
I do not get it. Well, I had better skedaddle.
Good weather, Captain?
Light rain, bloody messing about with the use of the wind shift.
Good weather.
Don't go converting my men with your gibberish, Anne. They enjoy being bloody heathens. I'm surprised you didn't get the hot poker on your tongue back in Manchester.
And I'm surprised that you haven't had it for all the cussing and swearing that you do. I can see a lot of Lord Chesterfield in you, and that women should be talked to as though below men and above children.
I think there's a great deal of truth in that, Anne. Come, time for breakfast.
Captain off 1, 2, 3. Do you need help?
No, no. Yes.
If and when we wash them, we usually hang them where we can find.
They are difficult to wring, aren't they? Well, Brother Bill is working on this contraption with rollers that he says will squeeze all the clothes dry. He calls it a mangle. Don't they blow away up there?
Sometimes. On the last voyage, I stank so bad, I tried to wash my own shirt. I couldn't stand the smell. So I hung it up here, and it blew overboard. And then I was lent one, and it went way past my knees.
Well, here, this clothespin will help you. It's Brother Bill's latest invention. Just slip it over the robe and the shirt. Like that. Oh, I think they work great, don't you?
Yes.
Mother Ann says Brother Bill is a wonder of God.
Do you believe everything Mother Ann says?
Yes, of course I do.
I can't fathom it.
Well, she is easy to understand. I don't know where I would be without her help. Praise the Lord. Manchester is forever far away. Without Mother Ann, I would be... Well, it doesn't matter. I thank God for giving us Mother Ann and all the brothers and sisters.
Your Brother Bill sure helped me.
How?
Well, one of my duties, if you may have not noticed, is to sweep the deck right. It's hard work using the old brown broom, so he suggested I use this one. Works wonders. He can make a fortune just making these.
Oh, I don't think he's interested in making money.
He just gave me this. It's made my life much easier. He's brilliant. A magician.
No, he's a servant of God. God has given him a gift to be simple but practical.
Well, that as well. I had better get sweeping before the old man catches me.
Far from the shackles of Manchester, across the ocean wide, His presence by our side. We believers together pray for peaceful passage this day. Keep waters calm, the winds afore, until we reach America's shore. Until we reach America's shore. Beautiful. Let's take a break. Lord, let us see this journey to the end. Lord,
The tempers have shifted.
I bet they used bloody devil balls. Why did they put the right saints in when she was repairs?
Let us amongst the angels stand, if it is your wish, Lord, for our little band of travelers of thy word to this far-off land, to this far-off land.
It's on the front when it's loose.
Your will is our command on earth as it is in heaven.
Then I'm guessing right about bloody now you all wish you'd been impressed with King George's ragtag army. Oh, God! Well, so do bloody I. Bail, for God's sake, bails, the water in the bill.
Yes, Captain, on the alarm outside.
Hold fast!
These ways are set to guide us to your heavenly kingdom. They bring heavenly news.
Oh, Christ!
Are you okay?
My hands are freezing and feeling they're burning.
There's some freezing water.
One more of those and the immigration will be smashed to bloody smithereens. What the... Oh, God!
The cargo is shifting.
The Lord is my Savior. I have the truth. Guide me to the light. Dear Lord, here is an angel.
There's no time for this. Get these people off!
The timbers have been knocked back into place.
Unbelievable.
And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle that she might fly into the wilderness.
I bloody never. And Lee, I owe you one.
You have arrived in America. The women have found work in a laundry. Oh, I would like to go all the way to the end without any stoppages or comments.
Balls! That's no way to really agreed upon.
I know, but can we please try? I will be open to feedback after the War of Independence.
I have to say I don't like this either. I know that we need to move on, but I'm not sure you're going to see the parts that need work on your own. As long as we can give our thoughts and ideas before the end, that last scene was very problematic.
To say the least. I know the exact word to describe it.
Where's my embroidery?
Here?
I don't think that was enough time to finish getting everything ready. You need more time, don't you?
Yes. I've got to drag my own bed out here. What kind of a play is this anyway?
I have scheduled for the set change.
Look, I finished my embroidery.
Impressive.
It took 3 months of crossing the Atlantic to complete.
Okay, have we stalled enough? Are we ready for the next scene?
As ready as we're ever gonna be.
Elsie and I, we're in the boarding house, and everyone else is off. Elsie, I think you're asleep.
I need a rest.
Ready, Elsie?
Ahoy, ahoy. Here's the last of your things. I actually threw in some tea since it's getting scarce around here.
Thank you. Elsie's asleep, but she can sleep through anything. She just got out of the laundry a few hours ago. You just missed Nancy. I'm not due back until the morning.
So how are you?
Well, it was a bit crowded when all 3 of us had to try to share the same bed. Not really. I'm just trifling with you. We're fine. Thank you for helping us find work.
I know how you love your laundry.
I don't think Elsie would agree with you. She just likes the smell of the soap they use. Oh, but I have the very best news. Brother John Hocknell has found us land in the country. He and Brother Bill are there now getting it set up for winter.
So your washerwoman days are behind you now.
In a few months. We still have to set up the meeting house and begin farming.
And what does Abe think about all this?
He's not too keen. He would rather stay here.
Can't say that I blame him.
He'll be fine. He's just got to get used to it, that's all.
So, where is he?
He's gone to look for work. He was meeting with someone in a place that sounds like Battersea. The Battery, that's it.
And I don't think you mean the Battery. That's where my crew hangs out. Bunch of beer and brothels and all that lot.
I must have been mistaken.
Oh.
I can't believe how like England America is.
Right down to the pubs, eh?
And the gambling. I was hoping it would be different.
It is different. You're not persecuted, are you? You have freedom even though the whole country's gone mad. Look at this, for example. This is just John Hughes, the stepmaster. Grant heaven that he may never go without the rheumatism, itch, the pox, or gout. May he be hampered with some ugly witch and die at last in some cursed foulsome ditch. Great, aren't they?
Gruesome.
Nation in a hurry.
Tea?
No thanks. I gotta be getting that one. Ah, well, the prodigal's returned. You find anybody play football yet with?
No, but I will. Why they want to play cricket beats me.
Well, I dare say Tom and his mates will give you a game.
Yeah, you're Tom. I'm afraid he's got other things on his mind. He's suffering from Nancy-itis.
You were young once.
Was I? Don't remember.
You both have opportunity. This is a land of freedom for both of you. You got good, creative, clever people all to help you. My Tom, for one, he told me he's staying on. Some poor buggers, when they get over here, they're all by themselves and have no one. Jacob Lamb, this merchant I know, his father was a thief, shipped back to London. But that didn't stop Lamb from making his fortune.
I'm not interested in money, but I know what's different about you. You've stopped swearing.
Only for Lynn. As Lord Chesterfield aptly put it, whatever's worth doing well is worth doing.
I will keep that in mind. But he also said that women are all children of a larger growth.
Farewell, my child.
I was wondering where that turned up. This country is unbelievable. You don't have to worry. No lords, no masters. You can make it on your own. I don't want to be known as British American. I want to be an American. I've decided to join the New England militia.
What?
It pays well. I only have to stay 6 months. The war will be over by then.
You haven't noticed the soldiers on the streets.
They're not the militia.
They look like they're starving.
They're just dimwits serving for someone else. They are paid to take another's place. They spend their money as soon as they get it.
We can't all be. Some are just boys.
They are just a fact of life. Everyone is busy with their own lives. There's nothing you can do for them.
Mother's sons. War for what?
To get rid of the bloody Brits! Liberty and justice!
For liberty and justice. We have it already.
The stamp tax them.
You surely don't think it doesn't have anything to do with money.
I don't know. I don't care.
There's plenty of food around here. So why are the soldiers hungry? Because of greed. The grocers get more money selling to us than they do to them. And then when they do sell to them, they shortchange them. They remove the brine from the meat and replace it with water. And their shoes, they are nothing but just scraps of leather. And their blankets, when they get them, are short-sized. It's how they treat their own people. Just much intrigue here as there was in the Vatican.
How do you know all this?
The women in the laundry. Their husbands, their sons.
I think they might be embroidering the truth.
No, I don't.
The war will be over soon. Whilst I was in the city, they took down the statue of King George and sent it away to be melted for bullets. I mean, you have to applaud the ingenuity.
Was that in the Battery?
Yes, why?
Captain thought I had it wrong. For the Battery is known for poor women who have to...
There were places in Manchester just like it.
All based on money.
Well, money is necessary for survival. I won't get rich by joining the militia, but I will get paid regularly. Besides, if I don't, I'll join the redcoats and fight the frogs. Listen to this. The British are so desperate that they're willing to make up all back pay owed to a rebel soldier if he switches sides.
You're not a fighter. You have no training.
What training do I need? I can hold my own.
This isn't like you. It's something else, isn't it?
I'm not coming with you. I've come this far. I want to live off the land. I'm from Manchester. What do I know about farming?
Oh,
And I just can't.
you won't fight then?
I will see how the army is.
This war serves no one. We need to help the soldiers and those that don't want to soldier.
That will get you a great deal of grief.
Less than a mother's.
No one will bother you in the country. Here, I bought you some. Just in case you decide another Sunday service.
They are God's plans.
We have come so far.
Not far enough, I fear.
I will try. I told Bill
Here, take this.
No, I just might have to convert to cricket. Look after yourself, Anne.
Don't, dear. Don't. Well, good riddance to bad rubbish, I say. I'll make us a nice pot of tea.
The Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven. The Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven. As I travel to the light of His heavenly sight, the Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven. Where is everybody?
They're just changing, Bill. They'll be out shortly.
Well, I'm cold. Tell them to hurry up.
Shall we say another prayer?
Well, okay, but I only know the one prayer. The Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven. As I travel to the light of His heavenly sight, the Lord is our leader, guiding us to heaven.
I have begged God for this.
We will catch our death if we wait here much longer.
They must have been delayed.
Well, maybe they're not coming.
They will come.
They will come.
Why would they want to join us?
Because they will recognize the truth.
Oh,
We should pray.
well, if I stand here much longer, I will not be able to move.
Dear Lord, thank you for this wonderful place and for helping us get to America and for sustaining us. And even more so now for bringing Brother Meacham and his flock to our humble home. Help us to guide them to your light. We pray that you will lead us in our endeavors. And therefore, having this ministry by the mercy of God, we will not lose heart.
May He come very soon, because I am so old. And I'm going to have to walk. I don't think I can be on the toes.
Mother Ann, Reverend Joseph Meacham.
We've been expecting you, Reverend.
Thank God.
It is very cold out, isn't it? There was quite some journey from Lebanon. Many soldiers wandering the roads. Gabriel here has insisted all along that you are the spiritual leader I'm looking for.
Come. How may I help you?
I must tell you that I'm skeptical with you being a woman and leading a mission such as yours. The Apostle Paul said, "Let you women keep silent in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak."
Does not the order of nature require both a man and a woman to produce children? He is the father, she is the mother. And all children, both male and female, must obey their parents. So when the man is gone, the rule of government falls to the woman. So it is with the family of Christ.
I can't feel my
I'm used to this. The British have made ice block walls on the Hudson to stop the Americans from crossing. So here, take my blanket.
Oh, thank you, Gabriel. I feel like an ice block. I do hope they hurry.
All in God's time.
Well, when I was in the city, a man sought me out. His last name was Newton. He asked after Mother Ann, you, and Brother Bill.
I've never heard of him.
These are difficult times. The war has left many of my followers confused. They have deep spiritual needs. How will you help them?
They must find spirituality within themselves through prayer and hard work. You must walk as Christ did. Confess your sins and leave the everyday world as you know it. Our path requires celibacy, community, and equality of the sexes. We care not for the things of the material world. If you lend your mind to labor upon the things of this world, they will become corrupted.
That sounds good in theory. but does it work?
It has so far. If you join us, you will always have a roof over your head and food to eat. You must work as though you have 1,000 years to live and as if you were to die tomorrow.
I like that. But celibacy?
The man, was he British?
Yes, and he said he knew you all from way back.
Perhaps he was a spy?
I was also aware of that, so I didn't give him much information. But he gave me this book, and he told me to give it to Mother Ann.
What is it? I can't read.
It's a book of hymns.
Hymns?
They're songs that they sing in church in England.
The marriage of flesh is a covenant with death, an agreement with hell. It is a sin.
I heard you have young people.
Yes, and we encourage them to make up their own minds when they come of age. No one stays unless they want to. We are a community, living, working, and serving the Lord. We own nothing except our belief in the Lord. Common purposes, common possibilities.
How you sustain yourselves.
Not all young people want to leave. We have converts. We take in children who are orphaned or illegitimate. They are all our future.
I must say this singing and dancing and carrying on that Gabriel describes does not seem permanent.
When David slew Goliath, he danced with all his might before the ark of the Lord. It is our way of receiving blessings and being at one with God.
I like a lot of what you've said, though some of it I will have to think on. I do believe the Lord has brought me here for a purpose, and that purpose is to join you. I must return to Lebanon. I will leave Gabriel here. He will help me with the preparations for my return.
Hands to work, hearts to God.
Gabriel, show Mother Ann the book.
What book?
Mother Ann, I was given this book to give to you from a Mr. Newton.
I don't know anyone of that name.
Well, he said that you would say that, and so he also instructed me to remind you about a Lord Chesterfield. Now, I hope I can remember this. A seeming ignorance is often the most necessary part of worldly knowledge.
The captain.
I know.
These are very popular in England. People are singing in the churches. He said to say thank you. He was distracted the last time I saw him because he had heard that Captain Cook had been killed in the Sandwich Islands. He also believes that the dark day is coming.
If this war doesn't end soon, we will see many dark days.
He also gave me these to give to you.
Seeds! Now we will be able to grow! Early latte. The Lord is my Savior.
I'm supposed to whistle, but I can't. I'm so nervous that my lip is coming back. I don't know what to do.
We will use the sound cue. Put your fingers in your mouth.
The Lord is our...
There's a platoon of soldiers coming up the road.
Hurry, warn everyone. Go. Oh.
Search the outbuildings and wait here for me.
Come in.
Women here. May I?
Of course.
We're a search party looking for deserters. They left yesterday from our camp. Couldn't have gotten very far. Call your people here. We've caught 2, but 1 is missing.
Certainly.
You are British?
By birth only, sir, not by choice. That is why I'm here.
Looking for a deserter from the army. Have any of you seen a man unknown to you any time today? Don't believe he has a coat nor shoes, so he would stand out in this weather. Why don't the women look at me?
It is our custom to never look men in the eye, sir.
I don't need to see your women. Looking for men. Women may go.
Sisters, you may leave.
saw this young fellow dart in here before I arrived.
Tom, sir. He cannot speak or hear.
He's fit, isn't he?
Yes, I believe so.
Can he fire a musket?
I would not think so, sir. He came over with us from England.
This man here,
Brother Gabriel. He is waiting for his reverend to return from business, and then he's going to serve with him.
last but not least, this fellow.
Brother Bill, he took a nasty turn on the crossing 4 years ago. He hasn't been the same since. We try to communicate with him as best we can. He is a cobbler.
These are your only men?
Yes.
You don't have a husband?
Yes. No. The last I saw him, he told me he was going to join the New England militia. That was over 2 years ago. What will happen to the runaways you captured?
Public flogging possibly, or maybe nothing. We need able men who can fight. Run away south to join General Green.
Have you supplies?
His food is beginning to trickle in.
Tom, run to the storeroom and grab some blankets.
I thought he couldn't hear.
I'm always doing that.
I will fetch the blankets and take Tom with me to help.
Can you get the sergeant some of your good boots to take with him?
I'm obliged to you.
Anything we can do to help?
I've heard of you. You're the Shakers. Weren't you in prison recently?
Yes. We were accused of giving food to the British and spying, but we were vindicated and released. We do not believe in taking sides.
I heard about it. Was it the Baptists who helped spread the rumor? You can't blame us for suspecting you. So many traitors.
And the runaways you captured?
Mostly young lads. They run away because they're needed back home to keep their families going. This war is a mess. We're fighting loyalists to Britain. If this keeps up, there'll be none of us left. Keep telling us it will be over soon. So you're in command?
I'm just here to serve the Lord, to lead my brothers and sisters.
Great boxes. Where did you get them?
We make them.
What's that?
A football.
I hear the English kick these around, causing in the streets of England, causing mayhem.
Yes.
Great leatherwork. Who's your tatter?
Brother Bill. His boots are just as good.
Where do you get your hides?
We trade with our neighbors.
Not the Iroquois.
Yes.
You should be careful. Iroquois gave us real trouble near Armada against the Tories. You never know when they might turn.
Turn? Without them, I think we would have frozen to death last winter. Since we arrived here in Niskayuna from the city 2 years ago, they taught us how to weed baskets and grow corn. I don't know what we would have done without their help.
You should still watch your back. They can't be trusted.
The children like to play with them.
More of a game for children. These are really well made. Thank you for your generosity. Good night, son.
Good night, sir.
Here, take these. There's nothing.
We're safe now.
My heart is pounding. They had firearms. We could have been killed.
That was a close call, Aaron. You were right. Soldiering is not the life for me.
Abe, you're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Well, that's it. End of play.
And thank God I'm still shaking from that sergeant what was looking for a runaway.
In that last scene, I told blatant lies.
You were protecting your men. You were conscientious objectors.
I don't know.
Okay, so thoughts, suggestions?
I didn't get to vibration even once.
I didn't realize there would be so many.
You never really do.
Is the writing really that flawed?
Yes,
Okay, let's start with your observations.
Well, where to begin? Your anarchistic view of the war propaganda? Soldiers without shoes, supplies, paid militia? Who won?
They did.
That smells. Actually, that stunk. So, even now, you're an American citizen. You couldn't help but slip some of your British propaganda bollocks in, could you?
I deemed my views unbiased. Now, if you'd seen the musical 1776, you would understand. Americans like to whitewash their history.
And us Brits don't? Everyone whitewashes their history.
Yes, every country does to some extent. I just wanted them to think about the futility of war, not just then, but now.
Who exactly is for war? And we took in many conscientious objectors.
Including Abe, the runaway soldier we hid.
But to dress an AWOL soldier as a sister? This wasn't a farce.
I wasn't trying to be funny.
That is bollocks.
Oh, we have spent a great deal of discussion on this word, and if it's an anachronism, I haven't had time to look it up yet.
Well, then you'd better hurry.
I don't know what all the fuss is about. You're not going to say it anyway. Nancy?
I would just like to say that aboard ship, I tried to keep away from those sailors as much as I could. They were awful, the lot of them. They threatened to throw us overboard on more than one occasion. And then, during the storm, when we thought we would all die, we prayed. We really prayed. Not the twaddle you wrote. Dear God, help me. Give me courage, please, God. I don't want to die.
I didn't pray. What's the use of effing praying?
See, now that is the kind of language that puts me on the staff heap. Look, the reader of the script, what they've written. Read it.
No such word as in England at the time. Look, the reader wrote. Instead of the F word, the English would have used the word bloody instead. Aren't you British?
Yes. I mean, I was. I'm an American citizen now. I know they don't know I'm British when they read the play, but I did do my research.
I would bloody hope so.
They did use the F word in the 18th century.
Give me 5.
They did not do that. I think I'm going to take the F word out. Broader audience.
What audience?
I don't want to risk the entity for being one word.
Well, we all take risks. Coming to America was a risk.
Would you have gone back to England, Anne?
I had nothing to go back for. Persecution and poverty were never too appealing.
Dear old England. It hasn't changed much since you and I left. Don't get me wrong, despite all of its shortcomings, I do have a real love for my home country. But it has become an uncontrollable naughty child. I think you should finish this last scene without me.
You know what they'll say. Pirandello in 6 characters in search of an author.
I don't care what they say. I'm not here to serve them and their insatiable appetites.
Who do you serve?
Well, that is a good question, for which I have no real answer. Myself? It was your sense of community that was so powerful.
We did turn the world upside down. I will pray for you.
Prayer. You know, I saw some photographs recently of the energy surrounding cotton before and after prayer. The fields of energy were much larger after prayer. Astonishing.
The way of the Lord is simple and plain, a gift to set us free. Through godliness and love we'll enter heaven eternally.
In Manchester not long ago, Mother Ann showed us the way to salvation through grace. We sing, dance, and pray, healing our hearts. We are stirred awake, in God's love we shake.
questioned the theologians, she was to be the determined Anne Lee. Her doctrine defied their wealth and piety, for Anne believed the deity should be kind and mild, like a mother and their child.
Anne was interrogated, starved in jail. She held firm even when her accusers would fail. To see this blessed woman die, they knew not why. She persisted in her own way to help believers every single day practice the word of the Lord.
They left the shores of England, America they were bound, a land full of promise and dreams, where persecution was not found. A sinking ship, a tossed sea, Mother Anne saw an angel was near, to guide her people out of fear. Bollocks.
Many came to watch and learn, to fill the void left in their hearts, for they did once and yearn from confusion left by war. Mother Anne gave them nourishment, their lives were poured no more.
Everyone was the same. They took no sides, brothers and sisters they called by name. Communities did swell, where love and redemption dwell.
I grew up in a realm of love with Mother. I will stay forever, the Lord does know. I will not go, I will never leave this blessed place. Brothers and sisters full of goodness and grace.
I will take your teachings wherever I go. I will keep the word sacred and so. For the blessings of Anne Lee will be with you and me eternally.
We are one with the Lord and one with another. Sisters, brothers.
Sing, 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 dance around we go. Feel your voice uplifted, let the lifeblood flow. Sing, 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 dance around we go. Around, around, around we go. Around, around, around we go.
Sing, 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 dance around we go. Feel your voice uplifted, let the lifeblood flow.
Sing, 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 dance around we go. Around, around, around we go. Around, around, around we go.
Sing, 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 dance around we go. Feel your voice uplifted, let the light flow.
Sing, 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 dance around we go.